Hello there. Have you ever noticed how, as we get a little older, shall we say, wiser, things that used to seem really important, well, they just don't matter quite as much anymore? I'm talking about those things that used to fill up our days, our calendars, our social lives. Things like endless coffee dates, committee meetings, keeping up with every single person we've ever met. It's funny, isn't it? Because for so much of our lives, we're told that having lots of friends is the key to happiness. We're encouraged to network, to socialize, to build this big, impressive circle around us. And that can be wonderful, of course. Friendships are precious. But what happens when maintaining that circle starts to feel exhausting? What happens when you realize that you actually cherish your quiet time more than another afternoon spent catching up with someone whose life feels a million miles away from your own? Maybe you've found yourself thinking lately that those bustling social circles aren't quite as appealing as they once were. Perhaps the thought of another crowded gathering makes you want to curl up with a good book instead. Or maybe, just maybe, you've noticed that some of the friendships you've held onto for years have started to feel more like obligations than genuine sources of joy and support. Well, if any of that resonates with you, then you're in the right place. Because today, we're going to be talking about something that might seem a little unconventional. We're going to be exploring the idea that, actually, after a certain age, let's say 70 and beyond, you might not need a huge posse of friends to be happy, fulfilled, and completely content. In fact, actively embracing a bit more independence and solitude can be one of the most liberating and rewarding things you can do. Now, before anyone gets the wrong idea, let me be clear. I'm not saying that friendships are bad. Not at all. Deep, meaningful connections with others are absolutely vital for our well-being at any age. What I am suggesting is that the quantity of friendships we have often gets mistaken for the quality. And that, especially as we get older, prioritizing quality over quantity can make a world of difference. So, in this video, we're going to delve into 6 reasons why embracing independence and perhaps scaling back your social circle after 70 can actually lead to a happier, more fulfilling life. We'll talk about how it can free up your time and energy for things you truly love, how it can help you reconnect with yourself, and how it can even improve your overall well-being. Think of it as a gentle nudge towards prioritizing your needs and your happiness, without feeling guilty or isolated. It's about redefining what friendship and connection mean to you at this stage of your life. Now, I know this might be a bit of a controversial topic. Societal pressures often tell us that being popular and surrounded by people is the ultimate goal. But I truly believe that as we age, we earn the right to question those pressures and to create a life that truly resonates with our authentic selves. This isn't about becoming a hermit. It's about becoming more intentional about how we spend our precious time and energy. So, let's dive in, shall we? Let's start with the first reason why you might not need a large group of friends after 70. You've already built a solid foundation of meaningful relationships. Think about it. You've lived a long and full life. You've likely cultivated a core group of people who truly know and love you, family members, lifelong friends, perhaps even neighbors or colleagues you've stayed in touch with. These are the people who have been there for you through thick and thin, who celebrate your triumphs and offer support during challenging times. These are the relationships that truly matter. Do you really need to spend your energy trying to cultivate dozens of superficial acquaintances when you already have a handful of deeply meaningful connections that provide you with genuine love, support, and companionship? Chances are, the answer is no. Focus on nurturing and cherishing those existing bonds. Invest your time and energy in the people who truly matter to you, the ones who lift you up and bring joy to your life. Think of it like this. You've spent years building a beautiful, sturdy house. You've carefully laid the foundation, built strong walls, and created a comfortable and inviting space. Now, would you spend all your time and energy trying to add unnecessary rooms and additions just to impress the neighbors? Or would you focus on decorating and maintaining the beautiful home you've already created, making it a haven for yourself and the people you love? It's the same with friendships. You've already built a strong foundation. Focus on nurturing those existing relationships and letting go of the pressure to constantly expand your social circle. You've earned the right to enjoy the fruits of your labor, and that leads me nicely to our second reason. You have less time and energy to spread around. Let's be honest, as we get older, our energy levels often aren't what they used to be. That's just a natural part of aging. We might find ourselves tiring more easily, needing more rest, or simply having less time to dedicate to social activities. Juggling multiple commitments and trying to keep up with a large group of friends can become incredibly draining. Think about all the energy that goes into maintaining a large social circle. There are phone calls to make, emails to answer, invitations to accept, events to attend, and gifts to buy. It can feel like a full-time job. And when you're already dealing with the challenges of aging, perhaps managing health conditions, taking care of family members, or simply trying to enjoy your retirement, that extra social pressure can be overwhelming. It's perfectly okay to acknowledge that you simply don't have the bandwidth to maintain a huge social life. It doesn't make you a bad person. It just makes you realistic. And it's far better to have a few close friends whom you can truly connect with and support than a large group of acquaintances whom you struggle to keep up with. Imagine trying to water a vast garden with only a small watering can. You'd spread yourself thin, and none of the plants would get the nourishment they truly need. But if you focused on watering a smaller, more manageable garden, you could give each plant the attention and care it deserves and watch it flourish. It's the same with your friendships. By narrowing your focus and investing your energy in a smaller circle of people, you can deepen those relationships and create a stronger, more supportive network. You'll have more time and energy to dedicate to the people who truly matter, and you'll feel less overwhelmed and more fulfilled in the process. You're conserving your precious energy for the things that truly bring you joy. And isn't that what life after 70 should be all about? Now, before we move on to our next point, I want to reiterate that this isn't about isolating yourself or becoming a recluse. It's about being intentional with your time and energy and prioritizing the relationships that truly matter to you. It's about giving yourself permission to say no to things that drain you, and yes to things that nourish your soul. So, now that we've covered the importance of focusing on existing relationships and conserving your energy, let's move on to the third reason why embracing independence after 70 can be a good thing. You've, hopefully, learned who your true friends are. So, as I was saying, reason number 3 for possibly needing fewer friends after 70 is that you've, hopefully, learned who your true friends are. Life has a funny way of showing us people's true colors, doesn't it? Over the years, you've likely experienced ups and downs, triumphs and setbacks, and you've seen how different people react to you during those times. You've probably noticed that some people are there for you no matter what, offering unwavering support and understanding, while others seem to disappear when the going gets tough. These experiences are invaluable. They help us to distinguish between genuine friendships and superficial acquaintanceships. They teach us who we can truly rely on and who might not be worth investing our time and energy in. After 70, you've likely accumulated a wealth of knowledge about human nature and relationships. You've learned to trust your instincts and to recognize the qualities that truly matter in a friend: loyalty, honesty, empathy, and a genuine desire to see you happy. And once you've identified those true friends, you can focus your attention on nurturing those relationships. You can let go of the need to constantly prove yourself to others or to maintain friendships that feel draining or unfulfilling. You can surround yourself with people who lift you up, who celebrate your successes, and who offer comfort and support during challenging times. It's like panning for gold. You sift through a lot of sand and gravel to find a few precious nuggets. You don't waste your time collecting every single pebble. You focus on finding the genuine gold. Similarly, you've sifted through a lot of relationships over the years. Now it's time to focus on the genuine gold, the true friendships that enrich your life. Don't feel guilty about letting go of friendships that no longer serve you. It's a natural part of life. People change, priorities shift, and sometimes relationships simply run their course. It's far better to have a small circle of authentic, supportive friends than a large group of superficial acquaintances. Quality over quantity. Remember, you've earned the right to surround yourself with people who truly value you for who you are. And that perfectly segues into our fourth reason. You're more comfortable with your own company. This is a big one, and it often gets overlooked. As we get older, many of us become more comfortable with spending time alone. We've spent years, decades, even navigating the world, building careers, raising families, and socializing with others. We've learned a lot about ourselves in the process. We know what we enjoy, what we value, and what makes us happy. And we've often discovered that we don't need to be constantly surrounded by people to feel fulfilled. In fact, many seniors find that they actually cherish their alone time. It's a chance to relax, recharge, and reconnect with themselves. It's an opportunity to pursue hobbies, read books, listen to music, or simply enjoy the peace and quiet. It's a time to reflect on their lives, to appreciate their accomplishments, and to plan for the future. Learning to enjoy your own company is a valuable skill at any age, but it's especially important as we get older. It allows us to be less dependent on others for our happiness and fulfillment. It gives us the freedom to pursue our own interests and to live life on our own terms. And it helps us to develop a stronger sense of self-reliance and independence. Think of it like finally having the time to explore that hidden room in your house that you never had a chance to visit before. It might be a little dusty and cluttered at first, but once you start cleaning it up and making it your own, you might discover a treasure trove of interesting things. Similarly, spending time alone can help you to uncover hidden talents, passions, and interests that you never knew you had. Don't be afraid to embrace your solitude. It's not a sign of loneliness or isolation. It's a sign of self-awareness and independence. It's a chance to nurture your inner world and to discover the joy of being your own best friend. It is a time when you can truly be yourself, without the pressures of social expectations or the need to conform to others' opinions. And that brings us to our fifth reason, which is closely related to the previous one. You're less concerned with pleasing others. Let's face it, when we're younger, many of us spend a lot of time and energy trying to please other people. We want to be liked, accepted, and admired. We worry about what others think of us, and we often compromise our own values and needs to fit in. But as we get older, something magical happens. We start to care less about what others think and more about what we think. We realize that we can't please everyone, and that trying to do so is a recipe for unhappiness. We become more comfortable with being ourselves, even if that means being different or unconventional. This newfound sense of freedom can be incredibly liberating. It allows us to make choices that are aligned with our own values and needs, without feeling pressured to conform to others' expectations. It allows us to say no to things that don't resonate with us, and yes, to things that bring us joy. And it allows us to cultivate relationships that are based on genuine connection and mutual respect, rather than on a desire to please or impress. Imagine you're attending a costume party. When you're younger, You might spend hours agonizing over your costume, trying to choose something that will impress everyone else. But as you get older, you might simply choose a costume that makes you happy, regardless of what others think. You might even decide to skip the costume party altogether and spend the evening doing something you truly enjoy. It's the same with friendships. You no longer feel the need to maintain relationships that are based on superficiality or obligation. You're free to choose your friends based on genuine connection and mutual respect, rather than on a desire to be popular or well-liked. This isn't about being selfish or inconsiderate. It's about prioritizing your own well-being and making choices that are aligned with your authentic self. It's about recognizing that you deserve to be happy, and that your happiness is just as important as anyone else's. It is okay to unapologetically be yourself, and to surround yourself with people who love and appreciate you for who you are. So, we've talked about understanding who your true friends are, embracing your own company, and becoming less concerned with pleasing others. Next, we'll dive into how simplifying your life, including your social life, can actually boost your overall well-being and reduce stress. So, leading on from what we were just discussing, our sixth and final reason why you might not need a huge social circle after 70 is this: simplifying your life reduces stress and improves your overall well-being. Think about it. Life can become incredibly complicated as we age. We might be dealing with health issues, financial concerns, family responsibilities, and the emotional challenges of aging. Adding a large and demanding social life to that mix can simply be too much. The pressure to keep up with everyone, attend every event, and manage multiple relationships can become incredibly stressful. Simplifying your life, including your social life, can be a powerful way to reduce stress and improve your overall well-being. When you're not constantly juggling multiple commitments and trying to please everyone, you have more time and energy to focus on the things that truly matter to you: your health, your hobbies, your passions, and your relationships with the people you love most. A smaller, more manageable social circle can provide you with a greater sense of peace, calm, and control. You can invest your time and energy in the relationships that truly nourish you, without feeling overwhelmed or drained. You can say no to things that don't resonate with you, without feeling guilty or obligated. And you can create a life that is more aligned with your values and needs. Imagine you're decluttering your home. You start by getting rid of all the unnecessary items that are cluttering up your space. You donate the clothes you no longer wear, the books you no longer read, and the knickknacks you no longer need. As you declutter, you feel a sense of relief and liberation. You have more space, more order, and more peace of mind. It's the same with your social life. By decluttering your social circle and letting go of the relationships that are no longer serving you, you can create more space for the relationships that truly matter. You can reduce your stress levels, improve your well-being, and create a life that is more fulfilling and enjoyable. This isn't about becoming a hermit or isolating yourself from the world. It's about being intentional with your time and energy, and prioritizing the relationships that truly nourish you. It's about creating a life that is simpler, more manageable, and more aligned with your values and needs. So, there you have it. 6 reasons why you might not need a huge social circle after 70. Let's just briefly recap those, shall we? We talked about how you've likely already built a solid foundation of meaningful relationships, how you have less time and energy to spread around, how you've, hopefully, learned who your true friends are, how you're more comfortable with your own company, how you're less concerned with pleasing others, and how simplifying your life reduces stress and improves your overall well-being. Now, I want to emphasize again that this isn't about telling you to abandon all your friends and become a recluse. It's about encouraging you to reevaluate your relationships, to prioritize quality over quantity, and to create a social life that is aligned with your needs and desires at this stage of your life. It's about giving yourself permission to say no to things that drain you and yes to things that nourish you. It's about embracing your independence and rediscovering the joy of your own company. And it's about creating a life that is simpler, more fulfilling, and more aligned with your authentic self. Remember, you've lived a long and full life. You've earned the right to make choices that are aligned with your own happiness and well-being. Don't let societal pressures or outdated expectations dictate how you spend your time and energy. Trust your instincts, listen to your heart, and create a life that truly resonates with your soul. I truly hope this video has given you something to think about. Maybe it's affirmed something you already felt, or maybe it's challenged you to reconsider your approach to friendship. Either way, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you agree with these points? Have you found that your social life has changed as you've gotten older? Share your experiences and insights in the comments below. I always love reading your stories and learning from your perspectives. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a like. It really helps other people find the video, and it lets me know what kind of content you enjoy. And while you're at it, why not subscribe to my channel? I regularly post videos on topics related to aging well, maintaining your independence, and living a fulfilling life after 60, 70, and beyond. There are many more videos to come that will help you navigate this wonderful chapter of your life. So, until next time, take good care of yourselves, cherish your true friends, and remember to embrace the joy of your own company. Here's to living your best, most authentic life at any age.